This is gonna be quite a long video. Sorry guys. Like, from now on, just have a cup of tea. It's summer now, so get some iced tea, some grapes, some cheese, some apples. You know, just chill back, sit down. So if there was one thing I could tell my younger self, was to definitely intern. As soon as you get time, intern. If you could intern for a month and then, you know, chill for the rest of the summer, do that. But I didn't start interning until I was 18, and that was at River Island. I remember River Island was the only place that got back to me. So yeah, so I remember the internship started like mid-July. You gotta be very careful where you intern during the time, because when I started interning at River Island, I was interning during their summer press day. So that was great for me. You don't want to intern somewhere where it's a really quiet period for them. I interned just for 2 weeks, and one thing that I took from there was definitely, like, you know, just being in, you know, the surrounding of a PR office. I remember doing stuff like send outs, looking at my first kind of send out sheet, how it made no sense, but I grew to, like, you know, get accustomed to it. I remember, like, people always told me that when you're interning, make sure you offer people like tea. But I just let it be known there and then, I am not your tea maker, simply because the only person that makes great tea in my life is truly my mum. So yeah, we're not gonna do that. Also, to like be readily available. So I'll never forget a time. This was when a lady called Arietta, who I'm still close with. See Miss Arietta, hi. During the press day, you know, she briefed the whole team as well as the interns about what to do. I remember solidifying in confidence at River Island my interest within analysing social media. So I remembered using this tool that was taught to me by my media teacher at university, how to analyse people's tweets, use that to advantage for the brand that you're working for. So I remembered using the press day along with the members of press that came to look at the pieces of the press day to understand favourite pieces, not so favourite pieces, things that they liked about the press day, and I presented it to Arietta for her to feed back to members of the rest of the team as well as people higher up from her, and she really appreciated that. She never seen something like that from an intern point of view, and the level that I presented it at was very, very good. So yeah, that's one thing I really, really enjoyed about. So I ticked off high street experience within PR. And then I thought, what's the next thing I'm going to do? And I decided that, you know what, I've done high street, now it's the time to do agency, because fashion PR agencies, they have a mixture of lifestyle aspects, they have a mixture of luxury, premium high street, as well as high street. So you get to work with a range of brands. I felt that, you know, even though I worked in high street, I worked in in-house, but I wanted to be a little more busier. So I thought, let's go for agency. But you think about what kind of agencies to do. Again, I can't really tell you what agencies to go for. I wanted to work for Carla Otto, because Carla Otto is one of the best PR agencies in the world. So that's why I wanted to work for Carla Otto. Do not neglect like small agencies. Like, I went to go and work for Carla Otto. That was my second like major PR experience, like segment, journey, chapter. And I thought, you know what, I've always wanted to work abroad. This is just something before I even wanted to work in PR or wanted to study PR. And I also wanted to work in agency whilst I was at university. So I thought, New York City, baby. New York City. Concrete jungle where dreams are made of. Yeah, like, that's it. I decided to do that. Just like how people sing, I have decided to follow Jesus. So yeah, that was me like interning agency. And then it came to the third year at university, which was my final year, and I felt final major project work was a lot. So I'm just like, nah, I really can't intern. After university, I worked briefly at Matches Fashion for 3 months. And that was really, really cool because I worked with luxurious brands, but I worked with a household brand that marketed themselves through PR strategy in such an amazing way. I believe that through working at Matches Fashion, I was able to like gist into in-house luxury PR, which was at Saint Laurent for a year, which was like such a great way. So when it comes to interning, like, do I believe if there's a point in interning? Let's go with yes first. Interning is gaining experience. I realised when I worked at River Island as well as then at Carla Otto, stuff that I did like, stuff that I did not like. And I was able to say, okay, you know what, within my next placement of work, whether it be interning or an actual job, I will know how to carry out a certain task. Also, there was a girl that I met, she'd interned for them at Carla Otto, and she was there for like 9 months. We're still cool today. You know, she works for Carla Otto in London afterwards, and we were able to hang out like, you know, once in a while. And you know, there's more to life than just, you know, meeting someone and internship, following them on Instagram and liking all their pics. Like we could actually go out for drinks and, you know, just talk about our love for Nene Leakes. Another great thing about interning is that there were some people on my course who studied like fashion PR and they realized fashion PR wasn't for them. And there are some people that realized by, you know, middle of year 2, you know, I've done an internship, PR is not for me. However, I can go on the other side of fashion PR, you know, work as like, you know, styling, journalism, and I can get to know that. And people realise that, you know what, I may have a fashion PR degree, but I work within styling, I work within journalism, I work within illustration. And therefore, the earlier you know about what you're good at, what you like, because there's some things that you're good at that you generally don't like, you just can do it, the more prepared you are for life after university. That's the great thing about, you know, being in university or not yet being in university and going into university. You get to try out so many stuff, because once you finish university, if you have a mother like mine, you are expected to get a job and pay your bills, and that's it. So you don't have much time. What does mama say? How would you know if you really like the car if you haven't test driven it? Okay, so the cons of interning. My god. Ooh. Sometimes you've really just got to like remind yourself this is not the real world. You know, there's some things that some people can do to you throughout your internship that can make you say, you know what, this industry is not for me. I need my edges to stay. You know, these people cannot stress me. When you intern with a company, they understand that you are an undergraduate. They understand that technically your first priority should be university. So when they do ask you, like, are you able to intern for 3 days or maybe 4 days? And you're like, yeah, you know, I finished university at 12, so I can get to you guys by 1, and you would have to finish around 6:30 to come home to do your university work. Like, you're practically only sleeping on the bus or the train. And you know, like, sleeping on the central line is quite dangerous. Balancing wise, that could be somewhat stressful. There are some people that intern continuously at really cool places, and after they finish university, you know, they have to go back to retail. Not saying that retail is a bad thing. We talked about just interning in general. Next video we're going to be talking about interning abroad. It's doable, it's possible, especially from a girl like me, South London. Blah 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 blah. And yeah, hope you like it. Please like and subscribe. Thank you again for coming to watch this. If you have any more questions, feel free to email me. And yeah, bye. Okay. So what, you don't like my singing for the Lord?
I just don't find singing relevant.
Sprinkle enough holy water on you. The reason why I say, like, you know, you wanted to work somewhere so bad and then you end up working at retail is because for me, I could never work in retail full time. I could do overtime here and there for like 3 weeks, but I could never work in retail full time. For me, it was just too much for me to handle. So like, it's kind of like, you know, in like Love and Hip Hop Atlanta when Stevie says to like Jocelyn, I'll send you back to the strip club. Retail is truly like a strip club for me. Like, you just make your money, you know, you dash a little bit to your customer, and you get a good commission because, you know, they end up spending 5k more than expected. So yeah, that was kind of it for me.